Hello, you guys. Welcome to my channel. I'm Miley, and today's pick and image reading will be on what the spring season has in store for you. So, the time frame for this reading will be from March 20th to June 20th, 2025, because that's how long the spring season will last. And we will be looking into what you can expect for the most part during the spring season within that time frame. Before we get into your readings, I would like for you to know that you are free to listen to the messages that I channel today through the cards, and I hope that regardless of what you choose, you will make your decision based on your own inner guidance. On the screen, you have the opportunity here to select which of the three piles with the flowers call to you the most, and you may select one or more piles if you choose to do so. Because this is a general reading, parts of the channeled messages may or may not resonate. So if it does not resonate, release and do not force it to resonate for whatever your life situation may be at the time you are seeing this video. Now that I've solved that, if you need more time to determine which pile is meant for you, I will give you more time to meditate on that. If you don't need any more time selecting the pile that has your name and energy written all over it, then your timestamp for your reading can be found in the description box below. And I'll see you at your pile. Hope you enjoy your reading. Hello, my pile number ones, and welcome to your spring season reading. For your tarot cards, you have the Tower and the Hierophant cards upright with the Magician card reversed. So, the first thing that I am picking up on is a lack of confidence that you can step up to the plate, but something will come along that will challenge that way of thinking. Maybe you feel unprepared. You haven't spent enough time in training to boost a certain skill. Maybe you feel rusty in your skills and you need time to get back into the groove of things. It feels like you have the knowledge and the wisdom to do what you feel called to do, but maybe you lack the experience. It's like when you're playing a video game and you go through the tutorial of how to play the game and you're learning all of the controls and you're learning how certain skills or items are used in the game, but once you come out of the tutorial, the game starts and sometimes it feels like you're thrown into hell and all you have with you is the information you just learned in the tutorial, and you're scrambling in your mind which controls would best benefit you in your situation. In the Hierophant, it feels like you are being put into a position of power where you have to relay information to a group of people. Another example I am getting is when you graduate college or something that you utilize to gain more information, to become more knowledgeable in a particular topic, subject, skill, whatever. And once you've mastered what you've learned, you now have to be thrown out there into the real world and apply what you've learned. But again, what you know and have learned feels completely different from applying what you've learned to real world experiences. The weight of it all feels a lot more heavier and needs to be taken seriously because, again, it seems like you are going to be sharing information with other people and you don't want to misguide them. You don't want to give them misinformation. By the way, because it will fall into the spring season, congratulations to those of you that will or have graduated this year in 2025. I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm picking up on someone becoming a teacher or working in the medical field, something that is really of service to the people, whether it's on a larger scale or just the people in your community. But in the Magician Reverse, it does seem as though you feel like you are lacking resources. Either you quite literally do not have the tools necessary to get the job done and accomplish what you have set out to accomplish, or because you lack the experience, you don't really have much to go off of. There may have been certain things that the textbook didn't teach you or warn you about for how to approach certain situations, and you kind of feel like you're on your own and a little lost for a little bit. But luckily for you, in the Hierophant upright, I am also seeing you going to someone who is like a mentor to you that can help you in these different types of situations that you have found yourself in. This person may be a little bit more seasoned and has the experience that can help you to navigate this new world that you are entering into during your spring season. In the Tower card upright, I'm not necessarily picking up on anything bad. It's just confirming what I have been picking up on in the Magician card reversed, where it feels like your world has been shaken to the point that you don't feel properly prepared. You thought you were, but when the change happens, you realize how highly mistaken you were, and this is where that lack of confidence in yourself may start to appear. I will say to give yourself some grace, because if the inexperienced portion of the message is resonating with you, you can't necessarily beat yourself up for that. That's why you are here in the first place, to gain the experience and get better and improve at your job. Things are going to be different. Your world is going to change once you enter into this new phase where the universe is calling for you to grow in a certain area in your life. And this may be uncomfortable for you because you need to adjust to the change. You need time to adjust to the change. But once that time has passed and you commit to showing up every day to do what you are choosing to commit to in your life, you'll be fine. It's just that for right now, in the beginning, it's clear that this is your first time doing something that you either haven't done in a long time or you haven't done it at all. The Two of Pentacles reversed has shown up in your reading to tell you that you may be in a space of having a hard time juggling your responsibilities. You're trying to figure things out and find your footing in all of the chaos and change that you're entering into for your spring season. Maybe you're entering into something that is going to ask for a lot more of you. You are being given more responsibilities than what you were previously given. I'm seeing someone getting a promotion and they're earning more money now than what they were previously earning. But with more money comes more responsibilities for this new job position. Now that you're earning more money, you may have to handle or manage your money a bit differently from before. And this spring season will give you the opportunities to learn how to navigate your way around everything that is being thrown your way. So that way you can be able to say that you have a certain amount of experience under your belt and you can handle anything, and you have great problem solving skills and you have great time management skills. You're organized, you're always up for a new challenge, you're great at communicating in a professional setting, etc., etc., etc. You get the point. For right now, for your spring season, it feels like you're a baby learning how to walk. And once you've gained enough practice, you'll be a pro at walking in no time. You just can't give up at the first sign of failure or you making a mistake. For those of you that will have a mentor or someone who is like a mentor to you, do not forget that you are not alone in this new experience. You have someone who can help guide you to mastery at your own job. They are there to help you to find your footing in this new environment. So you can eventually confidently go about doing what you do without anyone holding your hand. For those of you that don't have a mentor or someone who is like a mentor to you, you can still seek out help from the community that you are in. If you're confused about something, don't be afraid to ask questions to someone who is more well trained than you. It feels like this reading is turning into a career reading, which was not my intention, but maybe this will be the highlight of your spring season, being focused on your career or focused on the thing that you want to level up in. Another card that has come out for your reading is the Knight of Swords upright, and I'm hearing seize the moment. I'm seeing you being stimulated intellectually and taking on opportunities that will enhance your knowledge. I'm getting the visual of a person who normally wouldn't pick up a book is starting to become interested in reading books. And this doesn't have to be books that teach you a skill or is a self-help book or a textbook that you would read in school for a particular subject. It could just be a book that is being read for pure entertainment, but the level of the reading book is higher than the type of books you would typically read or is higher than your actual reading level. I'm seeing someone building their vocabulary in them deciding to read these books. I'm seeing this person setting personal goals for themselves so that way they can elevate and focus on self-improvement. They may not be where they would like for themselves to be, but they have the drive, the ambition to achieve what it is that they would like for themselves to achieve. You have the drive and the ambition to achieve whatever it is that you set your heart out to achieve, pal number one. Just because somewhere down the line you may face a few setbacks doesn't mean that you should just give up on yourself. This is all a new learning experience, and you shouldn't be fearful of learning something new. There's nothing inherently scary about learning something new that you want to learn, especially if learning this new information is there to help you grow and help you become better at what you want to become better at. Don't be afraid of knowledge. Don't be afraid of new opportunities that can help you to gain new knowledge. The Six of Swords card reversed is here in your reading with the Two of Cups upright as the clarifying card, to tell you to rely on those in your environment who can help and support you through your journey of growth. Some of you out there may try to be hyper independent and do things on your own, but that may do you more harm than good. It is okay to connect with those that you can trust and rely on to help you understand what you are going through during your spring season. Instead of being hyper independent, try to learn how to be interdependent. I'm getting that it takes a supportive community to uplift a person no matter their age. This community could be your coworkers in your work environment. It could be your friend group. It could also be your family that is supporting you during this time. I'm getting the visual of someone seeking out a personal trainer for their workout session because they are struggling themselves to stay motivated to get up and go to the gym by themselves. So they need someone who is there to help them take those steps on days where they don't feel like taking those steps. Someone who is there to hold this person accountable for achieving their goals. This personal trainer is also there to ensure that you are given the proper tools on how to properly get into staying in shape and being healthy without causing harm or injuring yourself. Again, someone who can be a mentor to you so you know how to handle certain things the proper way to avoid any major accidents. Or instead of a personal trainer, I am also seeing a family member or a friend who shares the same goals as you and is willing to tag along and support you in achieving your goals while they simultaneously strive to achieve their own. Being a know-it-all won't do you any good this spring season unless you are the person that is supposed to share your knowledge and pass it on to someone. Teamwork makes the dream work is what I am getting from the Two of Cups upright. You should be working as a unit with those that you are meant to connect with this season. Work with each other in harmony because I am getting that you share a common goal. See each other as equals. No one is better than the other. If you just so happen to be the mentor in the situation, don't be afraid to learn something new from the person that you are mentoring. Just like they were put into your life for you to teach them, you were also put into their life for them to teach you. and you both elevate each other through sharing what you know with each other. I'm getting the example of someone working with children, and typically, because they are young, most adults don't expect to learn anything new from children. But because they are children, they don't limit themselves the same way adults do, so they are able to imagine things we probably would have never came up with on our own. They see things differently from how we view the world, and that shouldn't be discarded just because they don't have the knowledge or aren't old enough to understand how the real world operates. They may need guidance when they are utilizing their imagination so as to not be led astray or harm themselves or others, but them using their imagination should be supported and encouraged more often. The final tarot cards that have come out for your reading pile number 1 are the Ace of Cups upright and the Eight of Pentacles upright as the clarifying card. I am picking up the sense of falling in love with what you do for a living. The amount of time and effort you put into perfecting your craft is coming from a place of, I care about what I put out there into the world. I care about what I have to share with the world, even if the world means the small community that I have found myself in. I want to play my part well in uplifting and making the world a better place for myself and those around me. You care about the little details that others may gloss over, and in you caring about those little details, they help to improve certain things that others didn't realize needed any more improving. You shine a light on those little details and can express why they matter in a way that others can easily digest the information that you have to share with them. In you doing this, you begin to find your place in your community. You find your footing in the important role you were supposed to play all along in your environment. And once you get into the groove of things, you understand your title more, or you are given a title that best represents what you are good at. For those of you that are not experiencing an upgrade or change in your career, if this changes on a personal level for you, I'm getting that you may start to fall in love with yourself more, with your life more. I'm seeing you having better and brighter days. Maybe because the season is changing, some of you may be experiencing less seasonal depression. I'm seeing flowers bloom. Your life may be blooming in a way where it's been a long time since you've seen the sun come out in your life. I'm picking up on this positive energy that you maybe haven't felt in a while. I'm also picking up on optimism. Your energy feels like you are looking forward to the new year that's ahead and waiting for you. You are willing to dedicate your time, effort, and energy to something new that you know will help to improve the quality of your life. I'm getting that it will feel like you are coming out of hibernation and you're ready to interact with the world after living in solitude in the dark. You're ready to come outside and experience what the world has to offer you for the next few months. Whatever goals you have set for yourself for the next few months, you can achieve them as long as you continue to keep your eyes on the prize and remember why you set your goals in the first place. And remember that you don't have to achieve anything alone. Be open to new things coming your way. Be open to new ways of seeing things in your life. Be open to change, and specifically, be open to you changing in some way. If there is anything worth celebrating in the spring, be open to celebrating happiness as much as you can in your life, even if it's something small to you that holds significance. You could have achieved reaching a small goal that gets you one step closer to your larger goal, and you can use that as motivation to keep going towards where you are headed. I would say to capitalize on this amazing energy while it's still here, because you could go far with making the most of your time during the spring season. The last thing that I would like to give to you, pile number 1, is your oracle card message from the Work Your Light Oracle Cards deck that is here to give you the key takeaway from this reading. And the card that came out for you was the Lemuria card that says, "Creating heaven on earth, it's happening." And reading from the guidebook for your card, it says, Lemuria, or Mu, is one of the Earth's lost lands where heaven really was a place on Earth, a time before we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. In Lemuria, life worked in harmony. All beings were seen as equal, and we were deeply reverent to Mother Earth. We knew that a mosquito was no worse than us and the sun no better. Perhaps you too believe that heaven really can be a place on Earth. Perhaps you are part of the transition team who, at a soul level, are devoted to creating this kind of harmony on the planet now. Thank you for wanting to do this work. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the state of affairs on the planet right now, but you are being encouraged to keep holding the clear vision of the future. It is closer than you think. You may be guided to hold the frequency of Lemuria in your own community, family, workplace, or within yourself. Know that it is possible, and while at times it may feel like you are alone, you truly are not. There are hundreds of thousands who hold the codes of this ancient lost land, and even Lemuria crystals that hold the codes of remembering that are beginning to rise all over the planet. Keep doing what you are doing, and remember, the only way to heal the world around us is to first heal ourselves. And for your Work Your Light transmission, it says, hold the card on your heart and say, I hold the codes of Lemuria and believe that heaven really can be a place on earth. And that is all that I have for you, pile number 1. I hope the messages within this pile resonated for you. If you would like to, don't forget to like, comment, and or subscribe to follow when I next upload. And until then, I hope that you have a blessed and wonderfully divinely guided day. See ya! Hello, my pile number 2s, and welcome to your spring season reading. For your tarot cards, you have the Chariot reversed, the 8 of Cups upright, and the 10 of Cups reversed. The first thing that I heard was going back, like going back to an ex, going back to old ways of doing things, self-sabotaging, giving up on something, accepting your lot in something, going back to people or things that no longer serve your highest and greatest good. Pessimism is appearing in the cards. Not being up for the challenge or not choosing to step into change, falling back on old habits. It's clear that there may be a lack of faith that things will play out how you would like for them to, so you're giving up or you're quitting while you're ahead. It feels like you don't have much to look forward to. However, I get the feeling that this is merely your perception of things in your life. There may actually be something you could look forward to, but maybe you're not up for the challenge for whatever reason. You're choosing to walk away from it and let it go. I feel that some of you are tired of fighting. You're tired of going back and forth with someone or a group of people. In the 10 of Cups, I am getting the visual of a broken family. Everyone is not as close as they used to be, or certain individuals have chosen to separate themselves from the family. Someone may be tired of defending themselves or someone else, or someone is tired of being the glue that holds everyone together. Either way, someone in the situation is walking away, and I can't say for sure if this is for the better or not. It's just very clear that someone needs or wants to walk away from something. And to clarify if this something is good that you are walking away from, the Empress card has shown up in reversed, which tells me that it may not be in your highest or greatest good that you are walking away or giving up on something. I'm getting abandonment, like a parent is walking away from taking care of their child. Someone is stepping out of a romantic relationship where children are involved. I'm also getting someone not taking care of themselves, someone choosing to not make the choices to better themselves when an opportunity is here to help you improve your life. I'm getting the visual of someone rotting in bed. They don't want to get up to do anything. They have given up on themselves. They have given up on life. Again, this sense of self-sabotaging and pessimism is starting to creep in. Confusion is starting to set in about which direction to go in life. You're neglecting the self in some way, pile number 2, or you are abandoning others in some way. The energy I get from the cards is that it feels like when someone is at their lowest and they start to isolate themselves, even from the ones that they love. I think that is the summary of what I am pretty much picking up on. This pile is a complete contrast from pile number 1, because it feels like I needed to remind pile number 1 to not give up when they are faced with change and new things being thrown their way, because it could potentially benefit them and those around them. Whereas for you, pile number 2, there's no point in me reminding you of this because you have already checked out. That door has already been shut. You don't care anymore. You've mentally checked out. You don't want to be around others, and there's this feeling of sadness and disappointment coming from you. As far as you're concerned, you're done. However, pulling another card for your reading, you have the Ten of Swords reversed. So while you may think that you are done, you are in fact not. There's something within you that knows that you may not have truly given up on yourself or a situation that you are faced with. You may wallow around in self-pity for right now, but there will come a time when you are tired of feeling sorry for yourself, or you are ready to face the issue from a different perspective. Offer a new approach to a situation. You may become tired of self-indulging after a while, temporarily enjoying what escapism can bring to you, and eventually you'll be ready to pick yourself back up and not close yourself off from the world. Sometimes we have our moments in life where we try to take one step forward and get sent back 2 steps, and that feeling of defeat can feel like it's destroying us on the inside. It feels like a punch to the gut, and you question if you should even try or keep trying because you don't want to get punched in the gut again. It hurts and you don't want to keep hurting, but unknowingly, I'm getting that you are already hurting yourself when you give up. Giving up feels like it hurts less, but the longer you continue to give up, the pain is going to grow into something you never would have wanted for yourself in the first place, and may have, in some cases, irreversible effects. And those feelings of regret may start to show up because what if you started to do something different in the beginning? Would things play out for the better, or would they still remain the same regardless of what you could have done for yourself or for others? If you're going to mess around and find out, I think that the Ten of Swords reversed is trying to tell you, or the universe is wanting for you to take their advice and try again, especially if this reading is relating to you trying to better yourself in your life somehow. I'm getting that if you don't want your fears to come true about being beyond help or your situation not getting better, then you should probably do something about it. The universe really wants for you to care for yourself in the same way they care about you. Your problems aren't going to be solved just because other people care about you. You have to care about you as well in order for you to start seeing progress in areas of your life that you want to see progress in. The universe wants to hold your hand and help you, but they can't do that unless you reach out for their hand and grab it in the same way they are holding their hand out for you. Now, I am also getting a scenario where you've tried your hardest to work through a situation with someone involved and it's just not going anywhere, and you're wanting to let go, but you're unsure if it's the right decision. And because this is a general reading for those of you that have chosen pile number 2, I will say that the answer depends on your own personalized situation. For some, the answer is yes, you made the right call in walking away. And for others of you, the answer is no, you've walked away, but you may have to revisit it at some point soon. But what matters is you being able to say you've tried. You have truly given it your all. You can confidently say it with your chest that you've tried every solution the universe has thrown your way. And if you do walk away from something, you won't have that feeling of regret lingering around you because you have given something your all. But don't give up at the first sign of a challenge coming your way, depending on the situation. Again, this is a general reading, so if a message does not apply, let it fly. But continuing on, the next card that is here in your reading is the Eight of Swords reversed. And I'm getting to grab life by the reins because right now at the start of your spring season, or whenever you see this video, it feels like you let it go. And the Chariot card reversed as one of your main tarot cards is here to confirm that. I feel like you're being given tough love by the universe, because I don't think that this pile is meant for a lot of people. This reading feels like a small group of people that have chosen pile number 2 that the universe wants to have a serious sit-down conversation with about your progress in life. It is progress report day, and the universe wants to tell you where you are currently standing with your grades and how we can improve them before the spring season is over with. They want you to graduate, they want to see you succeed, but they can only help you with so much. You have to be the one to believe that you can succeed and be willing to follow the instructions that the universe has given you that will help you succeed. Taking back control over your life is the highlight of your spring season. You had a moment where you let yourself go for a bit, but now you've gained some clarity and it clicked in your mind what exactly you should be doing right now with your life. You had a moment where you started to believe in yourself again, that you can achieve what it is that you desire to achieve, and now you're in this energy where you're just gonna go for it without anything or anyone stopping you. You are no longer going to be the one that gets in your own way. You're not gonna want to hold yourself back anymore. You feel empowered, and if you feel like you were stuck in a rut before, at some point during the spring season you won't be in it anymore, or you're going to actively do something to get yourself out of that rut. Where it once felt like no doors were open for you, all of a sudden many doors will open for you now that the Seven of Cups has made an appearance in your reading. I'm picking up on this energy of fake it till you make it, or it feels like you almost have to be a little delusional in order for you to get out of this depressing state that you were originally in. Like, you have to be able to dream at night or daydream about the life you want to live. And once you create this image in your mind, the longer you sit with it, the more you start to enjoy this dream and say to yourself, I think I can live this dream. I think I'm meant to live this dream. So then you start to do what you can to make your dream a reality. I'm getting the visual of someone becoming sober because of the fantasy they came up with in their mind. They start to believe that the world is truly their oyster and that they can have what life has to offer to them. They just have to come up with a realistic physical plan on how to get to where they want to be in their life. Their imagination is what helps them to become sober, and where they were once pessimistic, they are now optimistic. Their imagination is what pushed them to have this change in perspective on life. They see the world differently from before, and they want to obtain what this different world has to offer them. And now this determined, energetic energy is showing up in your reading, and it feels like you got your spark back, and you're willing to do whatever it takes to keep this flame inside of you lit. You're willing to chase this dream no matter how many steps you have to take forward and back. You know you can have it, even if how you get there isn't what you envisioned for yourself. A lot of people know that they can be successful with the gifts that were given to them, but for some, how their life will look in the future may not play out in the clear-cut way that they thought it would look. How they use their gifts and share them with the world may not turn out how they thought things would turn out, but they found where they belonged. The Knight of Wands card upright has come out in your reading to say that you should finish what you started. I am actually now starting to get the visual of a college student failing one of their classes, but they are being encouraged to try again and try to pass their classes before the school year is over. Someone may be a firm believer that C's get degrees, and if by the end of the school year you were able to get your grades up to a C, then a win is a win. Compared to where you were then, you're in a better place now if you continue to not give up on yourself so easily. I'm getting that for a lot of you, pile number 2. It feels like you may have lost your way for a little bit. Life may have been getting too chaotic for you, and you feel like you couldn't handle it, so you just decided to drop or abandon everything. But at some point in the spring, you're going to have your moment of clarity where you realize that things don't actually have to be this way for me. Things don't have to turn out for the worst. Just because I'm having a bad time with life right now doesn't mean that I am not deserving of better. And in your reading, it does feel as though there is something that you can do about it to change your circumstances. I'm getting you becoming more open-minded about life, and you are opening yourself up to exploring new ways of experiencing life that differ from what you have been previously experiencing. It's like you're going out on an adventure to find something new that you know is out there and waiting for you to discover. I will say that it does feel like you're not 100% sure about where you are going, but what you do know is that you are being guided to take the first step. And once you take the first step, the second step will appear. And just continue to follow where these steps are leading you toward, because I am seeing you moving upward, like you're going up a spiral staircase that has no railings, but the universe wants you to trust in them and yourself that the next step will appear once you raise your foot to land on the next step, no matter how scary it may be to go up these stairs. You could very much easily fall from these stairs. They don't look like they were built with safety in mind, but I'm picking up on blind faith. You're moving up these stairs like you're in a trance, and you're keeping your head up and you're not looking down to see how high you are, because it will take you out of your zone, and you're trusting yourself and the universe in this whole process. At the start of you walking up these stairs, you kept looking down and hoping that the next step would appear in front of you, because this was your first time doing something like this, so you haven't learned to trust the process just yet. But the more you go up the staircase, the less you become worried about the steps appearing in front of you. And by this point, you have trusted yourself that you won't let yourself fall. The universe won't let you fall, and you're taking your time going up these stairs because you know that slow and steady wins the race. You have the fire and the energy and determination to go up these stairs, but you know to move slow, because you may trip yourself up going up these stairs trying to move fast and hurry up to get to the destination that you want to be at. So whenever you do decide to make changes in your life, remember to pace yourself. Each step you take is a moment in time that you have to pay attention to, because being in the moment is what will help you to discover the step that you need to take. You won't make the mistake of overlooking the key details you needed to pay attention to in the moment that will help you to find the next step that will eventually lead you to your higher self, because that's what I'm seeing where this magical grand staircase is leading you towards. The last thing that I would like to give to you, pile number 2, is your oracle card message from the Work Your Light Oracle Cards deck that is here to give you the key takeaway from this reading. And the card that came out for you was the mirror card that says who or what is triggering you. And reading from the guidebook for your card, it says, the filter of our own experience is how we experience life 90% of the time, through our own projections. When someone reminds us of an unhealed experience, we get triggered. Often it's an unconscious thing. People and situations can trigger our mirrors to reflect back to us what we believe to be true about life, the universe, and ourselves. Mirrors pointing to our shadow and our light. Mirrors revealing the parts of us that are yet to be accepted, witnessed, or loved. This card is guiding you to look closely at what experiences or people are currently triggering in you and what they could be mirroring back to you. When have you felt like this before? Could they be opportunities to heal something in you, or are they shining a light on something that longs to be witnessed in you? This goes for the good and the bad. The good, those who we admire and put on a pedestal. If we do not realize that we are attracted to them because we are like them, we will need to cut them down in order to rise to their level. The bad, those we despise, are envious of, and put down. If we do not realize that they are triggering something in us, then it is still yet to be healed, and we will remain hurt and wounded ourselves. And for your work your light inquiry, it says who or what is triggering you? What is it in you that they are triggering? What part of you longs to be witnessed? Honestly, I think that this was a really good card that came out for you, pile number 2, because this was a really heavy reading for me to channel, and I wouldn't be surprised if you said that I was the one that triggered you or called you out in some way, especially at the start of your reading. That was not my intention, but if this reading has shed some light on something that has helped you in any way, shape, or form, then I think that I did my job correctly today. In some cases, being triggered isn't all that bad. It could be the catalyst that sparks you to seek change in your life that you know you've been needing. So, if you are triggered in some way during the spring season, I am getting that it's there to highlight something you may need to address that is important for the growth you are being called to have by the universe. It's time for you to experience an upgrade, and in order for you to have an upgrade, you need to discard what is no longer serving you and your highest good to make space for what the universe wants you to actually have. The universe is changing your batteries or replacing your current light bulb so you can shine bright again. But other than that, that is all that I have for you, pile number 2. I hope the messages within this pile resonated for you. If you would like to, don't forget to like, comment, and or subscribe to follow when I next upload. And until then, I hope that you have a blessed and wonderfully divinely guided day. See you later. Hello, my pile number 3s, and welcome to your spring season reading. For your tarot cards, you have the Magician reversed, the Six of Wands upright, and the Wheel of Fortune reversed. I wonder if those of you that have chosen this pile also felt drawn to pile number 1 because they also had the Magician card reversed as one of their main tarot cards at the start of their reading. And if I'm remembering correctly, I want to say that the Wheel of Fortune reversed was a card that showed up in their reading later down the line. So let's see if you have a similar message to pile number 1 for your spring season reading. Or if you felt drawn to both piles, you can take this as a sign to check out pile number 1 if you'd like. But let's get into your reading. I'm getting 2 separate messages from the cards. The first one is that in the Magician card reversed, I'm seeing someone working hard on something that matters to them. It's important to them, and they have been dedicating their time and energy into this thing that they don't have a lot of resources to use to create what they're trying to accomplish, but they are working with what they got to the best of their abilities. In the Wheel of Fortune reversed, it seems like this person hasn't had the best of luck with getting recognized for their craft or just simply the hard work that they put into whatever they are committed to. But eventually, in the Six of Wands upright, this person will get the recognition they deserve. I'm picking up on teachers' appreciation. Is it day or week? I can't remember, nor do I remember when it happens, but that's the energy that I'm picking up on. I'm also seeing someone working as a custodian, and they are being praised and celebrated, and people are coming up to them to tell them how much they are appreciated. I'm picking up on the energy of rooting for the underdog or someone who doesn't tend to get a whole lot of spotlight time in the public. People who work behind the scenes to make things happen. It is now their time to shine and to be acknowledged for the efforts they put into their work. It may have taken a while to get here, but we finally made it to this point. We may not know the hardships in detail, what they went through to get to this point, but they are appreciated for their dedication to not giving up when faced with adversity. The people we typically would take for granted are now being highlighted and praised for their efforts, and this doesn't just have to be for people who are living. I'm also getting that we should be thankful for the hard work our ancestors have put in so that we can live a better life than they have. Being thankful for the path they paved for us to have the opportunity to walk down. So for you, pile number 3, you may be receiving attention in an area of your life where you typically wouldn't get noticed in. You may have previously thought that no one pays attention to me. I prefer to hide in the shadows. I'm comfortable here. But someone may come along and give a quick compliment to you about how you are doing a good job. Keep up the great work. I appreciate what you do for the company, or I appreciate how you took the time out of your day to help me in my time of need. I can really rely on you to have what I need in the right timing that I needed it. I'm picking up that someone could be saying these things to their assistant, but the praise doesn't have to go as far as a compliment being given between two people. This can also extend itself to making it a public service announcement. Someone could be rewarded a gift in front of the public, or on a stage or in a large space that can hold a lot of people in a room. I'm seeing someone receiving a certificate. This could just be something as simple as a certificate of appreciation, or you could be graduating as a sign of your hard work and dedication to obtain your degree in something, and you get to walk across the stage and be celebrated for the hard work that you put in to get to this point in your life. Now, the second message that I was picking up on isn't as pleasant as the first. The second message in the Six of Wands upright, it is very loud and clear to me that you will be getting recognized for something, or someone will be receiving recognition for something. But with the Magician card reversed, I'm picking up on trickster energy. Someone who wasn't honest about how they got to where they are now in life. This could be you or someone that is close to you that you know of. There is chaos around this person. I'm picking up on cheating energy. This person didn't win fair and square. While everyone else around them had to do things the standard hard way, this person found a way around to doing those things while still receiving the same level of praise that everyone else is receiving. This person may take credit for everyone else's work, even though this was supposed to be a team effort, but this person was slacking off the whole time. When everyone thought that they could trust this person, in some cases, they may have backstabbed everyone they were supposed to help. And it feels like there's this trail of this pattern following this person everywhere they go, and that's where this chaos is coming from. But in the Wheel of Fortune reversed, I'm sensing bad karma coming after this person somehow, in some way. I'm not sure how that will look, but it seems like this is one of those instances where we'll just have to wait and find out how things will play out for this person or you. If this reading is resonating for you, this is a general reading, and I don't know who I could be reading for exactly, but karma will be handed out to everyone, it seems, during your spring season, pile number 1. If you know that you've been doing a good job in life and you're doing right by others and yourself, then you can expect some acknowledgement and some praise from the universe and the people around you. You could also receive a blessing during your spring season as well. But if you know that you've been doing the opposite of good, then I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Hopefully you learn something from this spring season and reflect on where you went wrong and how you can correct your wrongdoings, and I'll just leave it at that. The Five of Swords card has shown up in your reading, and I'm getting to surrender to something from this card. If you did do anything wrong, then I am getting to accept the consequences of your own actions. But in a positive sense, I'm getting that surrender could also mean to allow yourself to be praised for whatever you are being praised for. Some of you out there may be the kind of person that's shy and doesn't like it when all eyes are on you. So your first reaction is to fight or push away the attention off of you. Some of you may not be comfortable with receiving praise or compliments. It's very foreign to you, but I'm getting to not fight this. It's almost like communicating to the universe you don't want to receive the blessings that they have in store for you. You may see yourself as very small and insignificant, but during your spring season, the universe wants you to know that you are everything but that. You are important in this world. Even if you do have a small role to play, you play your part very well. You're like the extra in a movie or a TV show that doesn't really add to the plot a whole lot, But the people who saw you on screen and noticed you when you made that weird facial expression or did something abnormal in the background, they laughed at you and you brought joy to these people's lives, even if it was for a quick second or a brief moment. Another card that has come out for your reading is the Judgment card reverse, which is telling me that some of you may have your doubts that anyone will pay attention to you. Now, this could go in two directions. This either means that for those of you that feel underappreciated, you may doubt that anyone will recognize you for all that you do, all that you provide in your service. You may think that things will continue on with others not acknowledging you and the role you play in the grand scheme of things. You may say to yourself, well, they haven't noticed me before, so what makes this time any different? I'm just going to go about my day and continue to do what I have been doing and keep my head low and continue to mind my business. For others of you that are going in the opposite direction with the Judgment card reversed, you're feeling doubt that anyone would pay attention to you and won't get caught in whatever sneaky thing you're trying to get away with. And when you do get caught, you're a little confused. You're not understanding why this is happening to you, why this is happening for you. It feels like the universe is trying to hold you accountable for your actions and the way you have been behaving lately, or how you have been behaving for a long time now. And I'm seeing you not being ready to face the consequences of your own actions. You may feel that it's unfair when in actuality it's not. The universe is trying to teach you that when there is a cause, there is an effect, and you may not have felt the effects before, so when you're feeling them now, it's kind of throwing you off. You're not aware of yourself and how your actions and behaviors can impact those around you, or yourself for that matter, and the universe just wants to nudge you in the right direction to do better. Your consequences aren't there to hurt you, but to help you. You don't stop growing when you become an adult, and the universe wants for you to see that for yourself, that you have an opportunity here to make things right when you have done wrong. But some of you may be in the energy of you not being open to doing that. You liked the way things were operating before. You benefited in some way how things were operating before, and you are not open to change. But in certain cases, the universe does not care that you are not open to change, and you're going to experience it whether you like it or not. I'm getting the visual of a parent telling their child, you could either make this even more harder for yourself by continuing to give me pushback, or you can accept the punishment that I am currently giving to you. The choice is yours, but you are going to face the consequences of your own actions, whether you like it or not. The Two of Pentacles upright has made an appearance in your reading with the Fool card reversed as a clarifying card, and to me, this reads as someone trying to actually grow up and right their wrongs. I'm seeing someone being compensated for enduring the wrongdoings of another. The person that has done wrong may potentially be losing money as a direct consequence of their own actions, and they are trying their best to save what little money they have left. They're struggling, but they're definitely trying. I'm seeing someone going down a list of all of the people they have hurt in some way, one by one. This person tries to get into contact with these people and apologize to them or give them a peace offering. In the Fool card reverse, I'm also getting that the consequences of your own actions is the universe's last resort before you continue to go down a path that harms you in some way. The universe is actually trying to protect you from becoming any more reckless than you already have been. It's interesting because it shows that the universe still cares for you and are doing what they are doing for your own good. And honestly, this doesn't just have to be the universe doing this. This could also be someone in your life that is retaliating against the way you have been treating them or others around you, and they are doing this to create positive change for themselves and those around you so that everyone can coexist in a safe and peaceful environment. They are trying to be your teacher so things can get better for you and everyone involved. I'm also seeing the reversed, and so you could actually be the teacher for someone to help them change their ways for the better. Again, this is a general reading, and I am channeling for the collective that would have chosen group number 3. So apply what resonates and leave the rest behind for whatever your particular situation may be. But I am seeing the opportunity here for someone to grow up before things get worse. Okay, so the Hanged Man reversed has come out in your reading, and it feels like what I am saying to some of you who have chosen this pile is going through one ear and out the other. Specifically, those of you who are in the group that are trying to get away with something sneaky, and it feels like you're telling me as your reader, respectfully, I'm going to do what I want. And you have free will at the end of the day, and I'm just a messenger channeling messages and relaying them to the collective. But it does feel as though you are not having it with change. You don't want it, you don't like it, you're not interested, and again, you're going to do what you want to do at the end of the day. However, I will say that I'm picking up on the visual of someone consistently running into something that is blocking their way on purpose. It's like when you have those days when it seems like nothing can go right. Everything that goes wrong is actively in some way stopping you from doing what you are set on doing. I'm picking up on the Titanic example or something like that, where it seems like something was doomed from the start because I'm hearing someone kept trying to cut corners with something. Someone ended up cheating their way around something, and it ends up backfiring on them somehow in some way. Someone may have been impatient with something and decided to act without thinking about the consequences. They didn't like that things weren't going in their direction, so they decided to do something about it. There's this fearless energy about you, pile number 3. You're not afraid of any outcome that may appear in your spring season, so you're willing to take risks. And this is for everyone, not just a particular group of you. And remember, the highlight of your spring season is the karma you'll receive, whether it's good or bad. And I'm getting that some of you will attempt to put a stop to something that is causing all this chaos that is happening, while others of you may be pushing for the chaos to erupt even further. And this could also be why the 6 of Wands upright is here in your reading, because both sides are drawing attention to themselves and are in this tug of war battle. This portion of the reading is very much giving me good versus evil or hero versus villain vibes. I'm not gonna lie to you. This may be why I am sensing your group being split into 2, pile number 3, and I'm getting that those who are trying to create peace and harmony are just simply playing their part in building up society, even if they can't see how important their role truly is. Your efforts will not go unnoticed. Just when you think that no one is paying attention to you or supporting you, you have this rally of people who are here to show their support for the role you play in society. Again, even if it is a small role, it is an important role nonetheless. Now, before I end your reading, I would like to finally give to you your oracle card message from the Work Your Light Oracle Cards deck that is here to give you the key takeaway from this reading. And the card that came out for you was the Sisterhood of the Rose card that says Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. And reading from the guidebook for your card, it says, the Sisterhood of the Rose is a lineage of priestesses and mystics who devoted their lives to serving humanity and seeding light consciousness all over the earth. A cross-section of ancient lineages, it is the path of devotion and beauty. Walking this path means being devoted to seeing and creating beauty wherever you go. The rose symbolizes the heart and the sacred geometry of all life. You are being called to notice the beauty around you, particularly in nature, and hear the whispers of Mother Earth. You are being called to spend more time in nature, as all the ancient secrets live there. Mother Earth is constantly whispering. Spend time admiring her creations, and you will be rewarded with insight and grace. You are being called to take a little more time to both notice the beauty that exists all around you and contribute to the beauty of the world in your own way, too. This could be through your own creations or in the little things like how you dress, to picking flowers for your home. Every time you devote your time to creating beauty, you harmonize the planet a little more, and the shift in vibration can be felt. And for your work your light action, it says surround yourself with beauty and create beauty wherever you go. I can't quite explain it, but this card gives me spread kindness vibes. And for those of you that will be receiving praise at some point during your spring season, I would also like to add to see the beauty in yourself. Recognize how what you have to offer the world is amazing in your own way, especially if you are utilizing your gifts that were given to you in this world. Your role may be small, but it helps to raise the vibrations of the collective. And for that, I thank you for your efforts. For those of you that could be receiving bad karma at some point during the spring season, I'm getting that what you receive is here to help you to see things differently in your life. See the beauty in what the world does offer and see if you can add to it. I'm getting to go and touch some grass. Connect with things that can make you feel and develop empathy. Try to approach life from a different angle, because hurt people, and it's clear that hurting others isn't the way to go for you, because things aren't going to turn out in the way that you would like for them to turn out for you if you continue down this road. And so, with that, there you have it, pile number 3. You've reached the end of your reading. It was definitely a lot, but I hope that the messages within this pile resonated for you. If you would like to, don't forget to like, comment, and/or subscribe to follow when I next upload. And until then, I hope that you have a blessed and wonderfully divinely guided day. Goodbye.